Never reload like this in Roblox Rivals. Did you know that the reload is made up of two different animations? The first one is mandatory where you have to switch the clip, but in the second animation, as soon as you see the timer, you can switch away and switch back and you're going to skip that animation. Never manually switch to your katana or scythe to try and use it. Instead, you can quick switch by pressing F and then you can right click your mouse to quickly use the ability. Never do the same thing every round. You have the option to change your weapons every round, so make use of it. And on top of that, make sure you're changing your playstyle as well. Following on from the last, not adapting to the enemy. Understand what weapons they're using, their advantages, their disadvantages. Maybe notice patterns in their gameplay, their movement, etc. I see too many people just doing the same thing every single round and not adapting to what they see. Never sit still. Rivals is a movement game, so it's important that you're always moving so you're never getting hit. Never use the regular crosshair. Make sure you go into your crosshair settings, change that to static. Go ahead, make it a little bit smaller and boom, you have a nice little cross. Don't only play arena. You should learn the other maps because you might just lose your streak to not knowing a map well enough. Don't spend all your keys on wrap boxes. I know it's tempting, but weapons are much more important. Don't get me wrong, you can spend a few, but just not all. Don't use 60 FPS. If you're like me and it's been a while since you've played Roblox, you'll be happy to know that Roblox now allows up to 240 frames per second. All you have to do is enable it from the settings. Forgetting to do your daily free claim and tasks. Guys, this is such an easy way to get keys and skins. Every day there's a 0.5% chance that you could get the supernova skin for one of your tasks. I actually had that today and I unlocked it for the revolver. Not only that, but make sure you're going ahead and using the reward code that's on the screen. There's a new one almost every single day and that'll give you a few extra keys. Never play these modes. Just don't do it. Begging for gifts. Nobody likes a beggar. Everyone's trying to spend Robux on themselves. Don't beg for gifts. Cry about losing. No one likes a sore loser. Always say GG at the end of the game. Taking the game too seriously. Have fun. Don't stress over your streaks or losing to things that are out of your control. There's always going to be someone better than you, a cheater or a pay to win guy. So don't stress the things that are out of your control. You can always recover your streak and just focus on your own improvement and having fun. Don't use your mum's credit card without permission, of course. Wasting your keys on the bow is one of the silliest things you can do. The arrows that shoot out of this thing just fly directly through people's heads. I'll never understand. Leaving the game midway through. If you started the game, you better finish it. It's only 5 rounds. Paying Robux for a white character is just so cheap. I've seen so many people do this and it really does give you an advantage and make you harder to see, but it's so sad and no one's going to respect you for it. Hacking. This is something that nobody will respect you for. Nobody likes a cheater. Play fair and play by the rules. Recovering a low streak. Don't do this because it gets more expensive the more times that you recover your streak. Buying the handgun skin. Don't do it. It is extremely pay to lose. Never buy capsule cases. They are a waste and they're low-key ugly. And if you do want them, well, just do contracts for them. They're not worth your keys. Boosting with alt accounts. Don't get alt accounts to boost yourself to high streaks. You're going to get banned. Hopefully. I mean, I hope the devs are doing something about that, right? Slide without jumping. If you just normally slide, you're going to get slower towards the end of that animation, giving you less control and making you easier to hit. So make sure you're constantly sliding and then jumping out of that slide to maintain maximum momentum. 1v1ing a friend if you both want your streak. If you want to play against your friend, go ahead and make a private server and then you guys can have fun on there and not worry about it. Moving on from a hacker. Never just let a hacker get away with it. If you don't beat him, or even if you do, make sure you get evidence and if possible, report them to the Discord. Shooting bodies. This was the first thing I noticed about Rivals. Everybody does this. And especially at the end of the game, it's just very disgusting. Make sure you're being respectful in your games. Don't shoot the body and say GG. Vote for a random map. Are you a psycho? Don't glaze the game. Since everyone loves hating nowadays, this should be pretty easy, but don't think I want you to hate though. Give constructive feedback to the game if you want to see it improve. You can do this in their Discord. And the final thing, not being subscribed to this channel. What are you doing?